America has been featured a lot on the world stage in the past couple of months, with the president visiting North Korea and Israel a little while back, and then now we have the latest, NATO, and then right after that visiting Great Britain. And you have two camps that have opinions on what's going on our reputation across the world. One side says that it's terrible, and the president is embarrassing us and making us look bad. And the other side is saying that he is putting America first, and it is strengthening our reputation as a strong country with compassion at the same time. Without really figuring out and thinking about it, it would be easy to side with the first side because of Trump's personality. But there's a reason why everybody still wants to come to America, and there's a reason why him putting America first goes along with his saying to make America great again. But a lot of people have a problem with that saying, because they say America was never great. So how can you make it great again when it was never great? But is that true? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kwam Teasy with the Christocrats and the Red Pill Reality with another video. Hopefully this will make a difference in your life. If you like these videos, go ahead and share, like, subscribe. We've been gaining some momentum. We have over 800 subscribers right now, which is awesome. Once we get to 1,000, I'm going to do some cool stuff for you. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is the word tyranny. There's this big thing about, has always been about, that the left talks about when Donald Trump said, "Make America Great Again," has said that was his slogan. And people have a problem with that because they say America is never great. It's been a racist country because of, the things that we've done wrong and are doing wrong, and the wars that we've started overseas, and the oil and this and that and the third, and they want to say that America was never great. What I wanted to explain to you is that although America does have its flaws, and we do have our flaws, the way that America has progressed and what we stand for directly correlates to the reason for Christianity in its whole, the whole reason why God's Son came to this earth, to America. Hold on. I'm going to tell you why. So, the whole reason why America was created, why America started in the first place, so let's go back to the beginning really quickly. People in Europe came from Europe, Quakers. I'm not talking about the conquistadors, and I'm not talking about people that conquered, the Indians and all, or the Native Americans. But I'm talking about the people that came here to settle back in, the 1400s all the way down to the 1600s and further and beyond, but came here to settle. The reason why they left where they were at, you had Dutch, English, all different nations were leaving Europe to leave tyranny. What is tyranny? Tyranny is an oppressive rule by government or otherwise, a ruling party. And they were leaving Europe for religious freedom, believe it or not. They wanted to be free to practice Christianity and not have to practice Catholicism and get away. And they came over to the new land to be able to practice what they wanted to practice as Christians. Look it up. They were leaving tyranny, leaving the oppressive rule that was wrong, that oppressed the people. And throughout America's history, that is when we fast forward to the Revolutionary War. What were we doing? We were leaving tyranny. We were fighting against tyranny, or an oppressive rule of a government or otherwise entity. We were trying to be free. So we have one step, leaving Europe to be free, then coming to the Americas, and in the Revolutionary War to be free from England. And then, the big thing that people always talk about is slavery, which was a big blot on our country. And that's what they used to say that our country was never great and all the effects of it. But this country has always been about righting certain wrongs and freeing ourselves from all sorts of tyranny, all sorts of kinds of tyranny. Slavery was a tyranny. And there was, in case you didn't know, there was a whole war fought for its people, America's people, to be recognized as human beings and to be free from tyranny. Once again. So let's fast forward from there. Women's rights. Women were under tyranny of a government system that was oppressive to them, and we fought, by the way, a lot of men fought for women to be free from that tyranny. We keep going. Jim Crow fought. Civil rights was a fight to be free from tyranny. You know, a lot of people want to say that America was never great, but that is the great thing of, and what is great about America, what has always been great about America, is the attitude that we have had to always seek freedom. That's what has made us great. To always seek out freedom. Wherever it is, wherever slavery or oppression has, real oppression, not imagined oppression, but real oppression has happened, we have sought for freedom. And that's what made America great, that we took pride in that. When you say make America great again, he's not saying, y'all mistake him, he's not saying, and none of us are saying, make America perfect again. Because America's never been perfect. No place has ever been perfect. No place will ever be perfect. So nobody is saying make America perfect again, or make America white again, or make America... No, we're saying restore the pride that we had in ourselves of being able to seek out oppression and free us from oppression. And the best way to do that, believe it or not, is through conservatism. Smaller government, give more freedom to the people, very small regulations in the government, and give freedom to the people and let them be free. Let there be equality of opportunity, but we don't concern about equality of outcome. Equality of opportunity. And where we find where people are oppressed, where they don't have the opportunity, that's where we should come together and have our American pride that we are great in stomping out tyranny. Then people will be elevated. No other country has had that has had that attitude and been successful at it. We as Americans have always had the attitude that we can do it. That we can do it. Now, before President Trump became president, our country, all the way back to Bush and 9/11, and before that, the pride and the attitude of Americans that we can do it, we can overcome anything, was going down because we were being made to seem like we were the bad guys of the world. We are the total bad guys of the world. Yes, we have had problems. Yes, we have had flaws. But the beauty of America is that we work to fix those. And when people bring up the problems and bring up the issues, if they are actual problems, then they will be fixed. Then we work to fix them. That's the beauty of America. Now, how that relates to Christianity, really quickly, is that Jesus came down. As a Christian, we believe that Jesus was God's Son, is God's Son, and He came down to free us from the tyranny of sin, to free us from the chokehold that sin and our flesh nature had on us, has on humanity, and to free us. And everywhere we go, however long we live as believers from there on out, we're always seeking to allow the Holy Spirit to free us from our inner tyranny, from the tyranny of our flesh. And that's what makes Christians great again. Makes Christians great is that we seek to be free, because the Bible says, whom the Son sets free is free indeed, and He came to free us from that. By following His lead, by following what He has for us, we are actually free. Now, the enemy would try to tell us that taking things into our own hands, that we are our own gods, that our rights come from each other, ourselves, and not from God. Does that sound familiar? Then that's the road to freedom. But that actually is the road to more tyranny. Because what we do is we give up our freedom to Him, or we give up our freedom to the government. And what they do is they then take that freedom and they hold it over our heads and then give it back to us as they see fit. And this is so stupid to do that, because tyranny or government is run by mankind, which is fallible. Mankind has deep and darkened hearts, and greed, and racism, and all that is what festers in man's heart when he's left to his own devices. Once again, we at the Christocrats, we don't advocate for a theocracy, because we know that there are people that, tons of people that don't even believe like we believe. We simply advocate for those of us who do believe to filter our politics through the gospel and understand that America is great, or the attitude of America has always been great, because we seek to generally correct our flaws. And Dennis Prager has a really good video, Prager University out there, about the difference between the left and the right, and how the right and conservatives seek to improve the individual by looking inward and trying to change the individual. Therefore, if each individual works on themselves and has the freedom to do that, then it will permeate throughout, government. But the left does it the other way around. They want the government to try to fix things, and then they believe that it'll create some utopia society, which it will not. So that's, you can be proud, and you can actually be proud of the slogan, to make America great again. We want to restore the attitude of the can-do attitude, the attitude that we are not evil, 100% evil, that we are not perfect. We're not saying to make America perfect. We're saying make America great again. Restore that passion and that fire for being free from tyranny. And as a believer, we need to seek to do that as well. Be free from the sin, and live free from the sin, because Jesus has already freed you from it. So the video's, about at its limit. Thank you guys so much for watching the videos, for sharing. I want you guys just to be proud of being an American. We're seeing a lot of people still walking away from the Democratic parties. It'd be crazy to see what's going to happen at the end of this year, and then in 2020. I don't see any blue wave coming. I really don't see that. But let's make sure that we are loving people. Let's make sure that we are giving the truth in love, and that we are, doing our part to bring people to our side. So that's it. That's all I got for you today. Be proud. Let's make America great again. We're not following a man. We're following God. Love God, hate sin. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button, that bell. We got great things coming for you, for more videos. If you like it, and share, and look at my other videos too. We got, a lot of different subjects here. So like, subscribe, love God, hate sin. Remember, not left, not right, but up.